Hey, how's it going everyone? Dylan here, and today we're about to get rolling on a parking garage photo shoot with John Odom, and we're gonna have a great time.
Amen, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. For this portrait session, I'll be rocking the Canon EOS R with the 135 f2 lens, and for my lighting, I'm using the Paul C. Buff DigiBee 800 with a 47-inch octobox light modifier. And without further ado, let's get rolling. So John and I are close friends, but I always think it's a great idea at the beginning of the shoot to show the model a few of your images. You want them to feel confident in their posing and also confident in your skills as a photographer. Here I'm giving John some posing direction. If you're not working with a professional model, giving direction is going to be very important. Tell them as much as you can, tell them where to look, how to position their arms, their legs, because that's going to make them feel more confident in their posing, and it's going to result in a better image for you. I love this location because we have lots of depth to work with. As I'm illustrating right here, I'm having John step further back so that I can get a full body portrait, but I use the 135 because I love the compression in this lens. And when I shoot at f2, when I shoot this lens wide open, it has a very shallow depth of field that is very nice for portraits. I wanted to go for a classic cool guy portrait with John here, so I'm having him put one hand in his pocket and leave the other arm relaxed, and I'm having him shift his weight on his back leg because this looks really nice for portraits. I'm also having him look off in the distance, making him look all majestic, and I'm really proud of this portrait here. I love how the lights from the garage kind of direct you towards his face in that shot. We shifted our location a little bit because I wanted to get John posed up against this wall. I wanted to show some of the apartments and the building in the background and to create some more depth with this portrait here. So again, I'm stepping back a little bit because I'm shooting 135, and again, I'm showing John these pictures. We're close friends. I want him to like the shots and feel confident in his posing thus far. Let's talk about foreground a little bit. So here I'm using this pillar as a foreground element to help draw your eye into the portrait. And so by creating this blurred element to the left, your eye naturally draws more into John's face there. And I'm working different angles. I'm shooting a little bit lower here because I wanted to give John that tough guy look right here with his arms crossed, shooting a little bit lower. This works really well when you're shooting men because it makes them look more masculine, more tough, and I really like these poses right here that I did with John. I wanted to get some smiling portraits of John, so I'm posing him in a very relaxed, a very comfortable look right here. This always results in some really nice smiling portraits, especially if you're working with men. I want to talk about color a little bit right here. Now John has some tan orangish tones to his skin right here, and that complements very well to the blues and whites of the buildings behind him. Your orange and blue work very well together. So I knew I wanted to pose John this way and have that background element of the building, those blue colors be present, because I think it works really nice for this portrait right here and really nice for John. I wanted to switch to some sitting poses right here, so I'm adjusting my light right here. I don't want it too high, and I also don't want it directly at his eye level. I still want a little bit of height to it to create that nice catch light in his eyes. I like this spot a lot because of the cables that are connecting the two pillars right here. They work great as leading lines to draw your eye into the subject. I wanted to get a headshot of John with these cables, and I really liked this image, and I decided to make it a black and white because I loved the contrast. I've popped the screen out so I can get really close to those cables and really draw your eye into this portrait. Again, talking about color, I love the blues and orange in this portrait. It's usually not a good habit to peep the screen after every shot you take, but whenever you're doing something where you can't really see exactly what you're doing, it's always a good idea to check on the spot and make sure your portrait is in focus and it's exactly what you wanted to achieve. I love this headshot I got of John. Again, the leading lines, the colors, but I also love the contrast in this black and white. And this next portrait is actually the last of the session. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please please drop me a like. That really helps the channel out. And be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you can see more behind the scenes videos, how-tos, tutorials, and lots of other topics dealing with photography and videography. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.